Good evening. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your financial market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for Tuesday evening, a pretty violent Tuesday trading day, August 11th, 2020. Well, the news of the day has to be, of course, Kamala Harris was picked as Joe Biden's running mate. So congratulations to her. She was the front runner and away she goes. A lot of people didn't want her to run. I know they wanted her, if he won, to really go to the Attorney General position where they thought she'd get some real power, be able to do things like Mike Pompeo is doing. She apparently thought different. Don't know that they'll win either, but at least we know that. And it was a crazy day. We had news all day long coming in. Started off with Sputnik 5. Do you know what it is? It is the vaccine that Russia has developed to cure COVID-19. According to them, it is highly effective. Mr. Putin's daughters have taken it. I believe that a number of members of his government have now taken it, and they believe in it. Have they run the 30,000 people test? No. Have they done the type of testing we in America do? No. Does that mean that it won't work? No. It may well work. We don't know. Remember, the Russians, they call it Sputnik. Who was the first ones into space? They were. So let's not lose sight about this. It was Yuri Gagarin? I believe it was him. Remember, what a brave man. And then remember all the chimps that would go? It was pretty interesting. You know, I grew up during that time. It was fascinating to watch. Then we had the metal market drop. Actually, the bottom fell out. But if you look at my metal video, you're going to see that on the weekly charts, we had 3 weeks in a row where the markets were trading in gold and silver over the upper Bollinger Band. The odds are 95% of the time you're going to get back to the right-hand side of it. And when I count each week that finishes as one of those percentage points, you had coming in a 98% probability that the market's going to this week try to get back under the band. That's what I see on the chart. If you're asking me, do I think the gold market has peaked out? No, I don't. There's a lot going on. The other thing that happened in stocks that knocked the air out of them today was that we saw that Mitch McConnell said that there's no progress at all going on between Democrats and Republicans, specifically the White House negotiators, Miss Pelosi. I call her Mr. Pelosi. She's more like the guy. Miss Pelosi, she is Speaker of the House. Believe me, I respect her. I say that cute, and it's not very cute. Miss Pelosi, I'm wrong. And Mr. Schumer. It's that simple. I get angry because how hard is it for Congress to do something and work together? It's been 4 years of literally no working together. That is a difficult thing for all of us. Forget your political affiliation. I don't want to share mine. I won't share mine. I just want things to be done for the good of America. Can I be simpler? And I believe this is not anything but what I believe. I believe that. Okay, we've all been lucky to live here. That's how I look at it. When you look at the S&P, we had a peak here and we're backing off. So what? You're down 8.5 points for the week. Now, remember, we had a high close of 33.81. So the big question is, did the market get through that at any point? And when we look at today's action, the high was 33.79. I know I told you, I thought on this chart the market was going to make a run for that number. It didn't hit it. I guess I'm wrong, but I also said that way down when the market was lower. I said I see no reason for it not to make a run for it. This action, unless you take out today's high within 2 days, says that we've made something of a trade top. It is not a bearish sign. It's a trade top. Understand what that is. I view the importance of outside days unless they're violated within 2 days. To violate them on an outside day down, you've got to take out that day's high. Since it was a down day, it means momentum's down. If you have it up, you don't want to take out the low. Have we changed anything in the overall pattern? Not at all. When I take a look at where the moving averages are, 32.78, let's call it 32.78.50. Let's just round it there. You can call it 75, either one. That doesn't trade at 32.78.69. You know that. So that's where I see the support. Where's the resistance? You've been fighting it. This is also the first day where you have a low that's taken out a prior low in about 8-9 days. It's not a surprise. It's not the end The world didn't come to an end. What is possibly ending is, did we lose the embedded reading? No. You still have both numbers over 80 and the market is reopened. Lose that reading and then I'll be concerned that the market might make it back to the 18-day average of closes. But remember, that is still 74 points above the last break low. I view this break as no more than a correction in a market that is still bullish. In the Nasdaq, we have a pattern that's different. We have lower highs, lower lows. Today's low in the market was 10,845. The 18-day average, 10,853. So you went through it and you basically held it. What do I teach you? That the first challenge typically, I wish I could tell you it's all the time, it isn't. But the first challenge of an 18-day average, generally, even if you slide through it, the market likes to hang in there. It seems to be a number it's like flypaper, it's gluey. And the market likes to go there and see what it's about. That's what it's done. Momentum has been down. It didn't really need today that much. If we take a look, did we ever embed? So both numbers are not over 80 on Wednesday. They did get over that on Thursday. On Friday, both over 80. Monday, both. That's embedded. So now the question is, do you keep it? And you lost it right away. C'est la vie. So now the 18-day average hit, the downside's already been seen. That doesn't mean you can't make a run further, but typically in a bull market, you've done your pullback. In the Dow, well, is the market doing, it didn't even break underneath the previous day. You do understand the strength here. You still have the embedded reading. I don't see this market having lost a beat. This is still a bullish market. Do I like markets to stay over the Bollinger Band? No. I like when they get over, then back under, over, back under. That's the kind of action that I like to see. And if we look at today's close at 27,614, it was underneath that Bollinger Band. So you've taken the pressure off that those successive closes over it. That's all that I want. Have I not used the term here, gorilla glue? I've used it on that. I've said this market keeps hitting it and it doesn't getting away. That's a very bullish sign. What has the Russell done? It's the same thing. The Russell had that one-day break. You had a reversal today, so what? You're still at the Bollinger Band and you're still embedded. I don't see where the bull market has left there. In the VIX, the first challenge of the lower Bollinger Band, I think the pros wrote their puts. We'll see if they can get it up to the 18-day average of closes. If you lose the embedded reading, the odds are that it will get there. That's what the odds favor. Okay, let's take a look away from this. Let's just go to the bond market. The bonds, as of yesterday, were out of a trend. They had a higher high, lower low, and they did what I just mentioned. The first challenge of a 18-day average is often where a market likes to stall. Gold was doing it at 11:30 this morning. That's where it basically stalled. Then it let go later. If that gives ground, you're looking below the chart. The next support on the lines, at least I have on this chart, would be the lower Bollinger Band and the 100-day average of closes. One of the things I teach, and you hear me say it over and over, if you're a pro trader, the first time you hit a Bollinger Band, especially if it hasn't been hit in a long time, is where I think the pros are going to lift their shorts, if they're short. Right down to it and getting a little bounce tonight. No surprise at all. Didn't quite get there in the 10-year note. You might, and I won't change my opinion. That would be it. Are we trending? I don't think so. We've got a market that just came down, hit the number, got through it. Wouldn't be surprised if we get back up to it in a few days. Nothing would surprise me. But you've stepped out of your trend on the interest rates. Maybe the market thinks, hey, there's COVID vaccine coming. Things are going to get back to normal. Rates should go up. I don't know what the market thinks. One day doesn't make a trend. Dollar index. You've got now an outside day up, so you have higher lows with a higher high. You've lost your bearish embedded reading. Maybe you can get to the 18-day average of, let's call it the 96.75 to 9,700 level, but I'm looking for resistance in that general zone. You are out of the downtrend. In the eurocurrency, you stepped out of the uptrend. Market's breaking back. Wouldn't be surprised if you get at that 18-day average and try to figure out what next. We have corrections in the currency markets. In the Japanese yen, the market is bearish at this point, but oversold. So you have a market that's got lower highs, lower lows. You saw that not there yesterday. Today you closed under that number. If it can continue down, look for this area to be your support zone, the 100-day average. I don't know that it'll reach the other. In fact, I don't know if it'll hit the 100, but if it gets there, that's where I expect the pros to lift their shorts. Bitcoin. Okay, we had a good break today. You lost the embedded reading. That's what my eye goes to. Automatically. Boom, you lose it. Okay? You didn't lose it on the close. You're losing it right now on Wednesday as we've reopened. Well, it's early. You can still gain it back. The reading's 76. That's not hard to get back over 80 if you get a bounce. But if the market keeps it lost, where do you think I'd say the market is going? 18-day average it closes. Do I think the pros are probably lightening up with this even right now? I do think that. They're getting a shot in the evening saying, okay, I don't know what it's going to do. It's been a heck of a breakout of a sideways action. Maybe I take some money. The differential between the crude. We had just talked yesterday, and I said I wouldn't be surprised if you want to play at that 18-day average. You're right in that zone. So you can still see Brent is still stronger than WTI as it's going there, but I don't see a trend here. I've said this is a pipe, and I'm seeing a lot of false moves. So you come up, this was yesterday, today. You get up over that number, you're thrown right back down, as you can see, and you're just sort of hanging. Let somebody else trade in that. That's my opinion. Those are very difficult. Same thing in the WTI. I see the trend is up. I'm not blind, but I also see the resistance is right in front of me, and this market has been failing and whipping traders. It tries to break out, down, up, and then it's not going anywhere. When it breaks out, I'll try to catch it in another manner. Gasoline, identical. You don't have that in the nat gas. Nat gas is a different animal. It had a huge reversal day and stepped out of its uptrend, and it's losing its embedded reading. If you lose the embedded reading, what do I think? Keep it lost, and I think you're coming back right here. You did have a bullish crossover. The 18-day did get over tonight, the 100. If I come back a day, let's see what it did on the close. It wasn't. It's tonight that you're getting that crossover. We have to see what the market does by the end of the day to see if it stays that way or turns back on you. But as of this point, losing that embedded reading again. It's been a nice run. Maybe it's time that the pros take some money off the table. Would not surprise me. You know, I cover all this and a heck of a lot more in my morning subscriber video. I cover all the sectors for you at 5:40 in the morning, 40 charts. I'm going to cover the stock indices, all of them, including the VIX and the Nikkei. That'll be in there as well. All the currencies that I think are the big ones for you to trade. So it's going to be the yen, the Swissy, the euro. I can go on and on. The New Zealand, the Aussie dollar, the Japanese yen, Mexican peso. Giving you what I think in that. Bonds, 30-year, 5-year, 10-year notes. I'm going to cover that for you. Then all the metals that I think are the pertinent ones, which will be the copper, gold, silver, platinum, palladium. Then I move you into the meat markets, all the grain markets, the soft commodities. So for those of you that are coffee, cocoa, sugar, I'm covering those markets, and I finish up in the energies. It's about a 20-minute video. I say buy here, sell there, put a stop there. Then on the weekends, included in the subscription, a weekly video, I cover the same charts with the weekly charts. So try to give you an awful lot of information, and we're ready to start our webinars. Got to talk to my IT department tomorrow. If they give me a go tomorrow, I'll let everybody know. They are working behind the scenes, making sure the sign up is done the right way. I know how Zoom does it and others, but we have something that's sort of unique with what we're doing. But with that, I'm Ira Epstein. $7.95 for 30 days if you haven't tried it. How much you paying for a cup of Starbucks? It lasts you 15 minutes, 30 days, and after that, I think that you'll find it's something you want to look at on a regular basis. I'm Ira. You have a good day.